And welcome to Hannity. The White House cannot claw their way out of the hole they've dug for themselves when it comes to Obamacare. Tonight, for the entire hour, we're going to be joined by a bright, lively studio audience to talk about the very issue and to discuss the life-changing implications this law will have on you and your family. But first, we went back to the very beginning when this universal nightmare was first introduced to the American people. Now, this is what we like to call the evolution of a huge lie.
We can stop talking about the healthcare crisis and start doing something about it.
We will keep this promise. If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor.
This is not about putting the government in charge of your health insurance.
If you like your healthcare plan, you keep your healthcare plan.
We are done.
Our goal here is to cut spending and to protect the American people from Obamacare. It's as simple as that. There's no interest on our part in shutting the government down.
I want to be absolutely crystal clear. Any bill that defunds Obamacare is dead. Dead.
There has been unexpectedly high levels of interest, and we are taking action every day. That is the principal reason that there's a problem.
Nobody's madder than me about the fact that the website isn't working as well as it should.
We were anxious to get the website up and running and functional, which we clearly have failed to do.
What we're talking about here is the 5% in the country who currently purchase insurance on the individual market.
What we said was you could keep it if it hasn't changed since the law's passed.
The president should honor the commitment the federal government made to those people and let them keep what they got.
I am sorry that they are finding themselves in this situation based on assurances they got from me.
The site will be functioning effectively by the end of the month for the vast majority of the users.
My expectation was that for 98% of the American people, either it genuinely wouldn't change at all, or they'd be pleasantly surprised with the options in the marketplace. That proved not to be the case, and that's on me.
And for reaction, we bring in our distinguished studio audience. Good to see everybody. Thank you for being here. Geraldo.
Hi, Sean.
My good friend, big supporter of the President of the United States of America.
Voted for him twice.
Did he lie to the American people?
I guess you could say that he lied. I only equivocate because maybe he didn't know specifically all the nuts and bolts. But the real lie is what Obamacare is. And if I could just say briefly what it is less about health care. It's more about a new tax. And that's not what was told to the American people. This is a tax on the young and the relatively healthy to help the old and the more infirm. It's a tax from men to women because women have men now have maternity coverage and et cetera. I think that's
any man here need that? Just checking. No. By the way, I appreciate Geraldo's honesty. Do you regret voting for him? Do you feel betrayed?
No, because I don't oppose the tax. I think that we do owe the poor in America, and I know people hate that verb that we owe, but I believe that America is a blend of capitalism and free enterprise and a bit of socialism where we take care of people who can't take care of themselves, can't afford health care, and we have to take care of the elderly. We have to take care of...
We do that already. The average American is given such a large percentage of their income. Let me throw out a couple of numbers to you. Gallup, 47% of Americans now say they cannot trust their president. Billy Cunningham, a majority of independents think that the president of the United States deliberately lied to them.
He should have said yesterday, I am not a crook. I am not a crook. That's what he should have done because it was that bad. He lied blatantly because the CFR, the Code of Federal Regulations, and a bunch of other government statutes and proclamations said in 10, 11, and 12, there will be millions of Americans who lose their health insurance. He knew it, and he lied to get it passed, and he lied to us.
Bill, what is your point? I mean, all we're doing is talking about he lied. Are we just going to look at the train wreck and say, oh, it's a train wreck, it's a train wreck, it's a train wreck? Yes, Sean, he lied. We can all agree with that.
If everything that he said, wait a minute, but if everything he said is predicated on a lie, why don't we go back and restart the debate and have an honest one?
Wait, let me finish. Well, that's funny because if you're so free enterprise, why in all of these 22 people that you have, why isn't there one person, Sean, from the insurance company to talk about it? Because today they said they do not want these policies reissue.
That's not- well-
Where is the free market speaking on this panel?
I'll give you what they actually said, because I actually have the quote from them here in my pile of
But
stuff.
where are they? I don't see them.
No. The health industry spokespeople actually said that this is a calamity and it's going to cost people higher premiums and it's a disaster.
They also said they do not want to reinstate these insurance policies that were
But
canceled.
they
said
spent
that
3 years,
today.
Tamara, they spent 3 years and they spent millions of dollars trying to comply with the law that the president passed, and now 6 weeks before the end of the year, after they've done all their work, now they, oops, sorry. Go ahead, from the Heritage Foundation.
It's November 15th. Obamacare is supposed to take effect January 1st. These people are supposed to get coverage. They've already lost their plans. They've already been canceled. So, yes, an insurer who's already priced its plans for 2014 doesn't want to offer, likely will not want to offer a plan that's priced for 2013. That doesn't make sense. That's not how the insurance market works. And that's what you hear from the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, is that this is going to be unworkable.
Yeah, David?
Essentially, what Tamara's asking the insurance companies to do is to be punished for compliance with the law. It costs money to send out letters. It costs money to commit administrative functions. Now you want them to do what they've said, price in their next year's budget, and then change it based on Obama's.
But they never had to cancel their plans.
Let me finish.
None of those plans had to be canceled.
They were not in compliance.
5 million have lost it already.
They could not follow
They were
through.
allowed to grandfather those plans in. They decided it would be more profitable to offer new plans that complied with the law.
No,
That's why the majority of these plans are being churned out. There's a lot of churn.
Where's your
There's a
proof?
lot
That's
of
a
churn in
typical
the insurance
spin.
industry.
One at a time. One thing we do know is that in July of 2010, that if you look at the Federal Register, they knew how many people would lose their coverage, and they decided, they made a political decision, Wall Street Journal, November 2nd, they made a political decision that they were not going to tell the American people.
Just look at the video
Rick Unger.
of Eric Cantor and President Obama in the meeting where they talk about people who would lose their insurance. The videos, you know what, America, who are you going to believe? Me or your lying eyes?
All right, but now, all right, so the president comes out and he says into 2014 you can keep your care, your health care plan, Tamara. All right, into 2014. Now, wait a minute. People want to believe their president.
They don't.
No, they do. I think the American people do.
The numbers going down.
I think, well, but the point is now they feel disappointed. There's a political price. The reason I argue, Rick Unger, that the president did this is because the president heard from every Democrat that's scared to death they're going to lose in November, and that's the only reason he gave a little.
You mean today? Actually, there's some truth to that. It was the Democrats who pushed him to do it before the vote on a bill.
Today, right.
Yeah. So that's not that shocking. But you're conflating so many things here. First of all, if the insurance industry came out and said, now it's going to cost everybody a fortune if we reinstate it, that's simply not accurate insurance stuff. It's not at all hard for them to do the calculation.
Who do you think paid for the transition for 3 years?
You can price that in, but I got news for you. That was priced into the policies that they're offering on the exchanges if they went to the exchanges. Some of them didn't do it at all. But the ones who may decide to re-offer the policies they canceled over the past 6 weeks, that calculation is done so quickly. You may not like the result, we'll see, but the calculation is not the problem.
But, Guy, we already knew the price shock was out there. Cancellation, then the reality that you can't keep your doctor, and then the reality that you're going to pay a lot more in spite of the $2,500 per family per year promise to save money.
Right, and I think what's important to remember is the context from 2010, when everyone knew this was going to be the case, at least people who were paying attention, and the Republicans in the Senate offered a bill to do exactly what the president is now trying to do at the very last minute. Every single Senate Democrat, Landrieu, Hagan, all these people pretending to be shocked and outraged today, they all voted no.
How many agree the president did this yesterday to preempt the Republicans today for political cover for the Democrats running for office? Show of hands.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Geraldo's wrong.
I don't think any president does much politically that's not for political reasons. I mean, what this president's doing right now is damage control. Clearly, the rollout has been bad. Clearly, the bill needs to be fixed. But other than some people in this room and you, Sean, and others, the Republican caucuses in the House and the Senate have not offered a real solution to Obamacare. Not one real solution.
Go ahead. Yeah, right here.
Let's forget about Democrats and their politics. let's talk about the opportunity that the GOP has now to be real leaders and to do something that would be smart politically and policy-wise for the American people.
A solution.
Yeah, the
right.
fix is one thing, but this is an opportunity now to move forward with some real market-based reforms, whether we're talking about reforming the tax code or the insurance market. There are things we can do that would help roll back this law, and this is a time for Boehner and others in the leadership to really take the bull by the horns.
I think that's absolutely.
Sean,
you're friends with Boehner.
Yeah, I'm very close.
Okay.
I talked to him about 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I knew him before he went to Muller High School, Cincinnati, the whole deal. John Boehner is going to play this, I think, correctly, and that is have an alternative by the end of the year. In addition to what happened today, something's going to happen. But, Sean, to talk about this point, most of the American people are under employer plans. You wait till next year. This was a puddle. Next year's a tsunami of over 100 million Americans. You and I are going to be paying for pap smears, children's dental exams, mental health.
Well, you should.
And we're going to pay for all of it. All of it.
Why don't we let Geraldo wants let you pay for it? You're rich. All right, we got to take a break. All right, and coming up next, they're just getting started. Our studio audience has a lot more to say. Plus, we're going to get their take on how true conservatives were demonized for shutting down the government, all in an attempt to defund Obamacare. Well, guess what? They were vindicated this week. That's next as our studio audience edition of Hannity continues.